Got that Pac-Man fever? Guess what?
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Gaming of today is taking a crap. Might as well step back and go retro. Video game preservation is a big damn deal. All the games you missed out in the past. Let's take a look at all the treasures on carts and discs. Maybe someone will bring them to today for a second chance. But hey, this is Insert Channel Name here, and welcome to the archival of games of the past. Let's go retro with video game classics. Just so you know, I had to go through the mental gymnastics of coming up with this intro. So for crying out loud, please appreciate it.
Hello and welcome to Video Game Classics. I am Lord Gamerman of the Gamer Man's Lounge, and yes, I am of course recording video while I am very tired. Yes, I stay up too late a lot, and I know, but hey, bear with me here. So anyway, with that totally said, let's get right on going to Video Game Classics. And today we're going to be taking a look at a beloved arcade classic that has been throughout arcades. Not only that, have basically, you'll seen this show up a lot through your childhood, alright? This game will be available to as many consoles as it damn well pleases, either through a Namco museum or, shall we say, a Pac-Man Museum Plus, the latest one that came out. So, yeah. It keeps constantly getting re-released, constantly, and there's a reason why. Yes, that's right, there's a reason why, because, well, Pac-Man is a legendary game. And of course, let's go ahead and take a look at Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is a really infamous arcade classic from Namco. And pretty much, not only that, the main character being Pac-Man, okay, yeah, I said the title, he's pretty much the mascot of Bandai Namco. And with that totally said, yeah, it's a real big deal when it comes to Pac-Man, because Pac-Man has been really famous. As a matter of fact, its arcade version has been featured in many compilation discs from left and right, has been ported to many multiple consoles, and basically has been re-released countless times. You can't deny the legacy that is Pac-Man, right? Of course. Basically, how Pac-Man works is that you're given 3 lives. Okay, that totally said, the goal here is, as Pac-Man, you have to eat all the dots in the level while avoiding the ghosts. And of course, in order to go to the next level, you have to, of course, no shit, Sherlock, eat all the dots before you're able to basically accelerate to the next level. And that's basically how it works. Now, there's this thing called a power pellet, and for a short, certain duration, it'll make the ghosts vulnerable, thus turning the ghosts blue. This gives you the opportunity to basically eat the ghosts for more points. And if you eat all 4 during the duration, you get a really good point bonus. But however, you have to be careful. Once the ghost gets eaten, they respawn back to basically at that one spot at, just say, the top center of the map, which is where the ghost's home is. This is where the ghosts pretty much spawn. It's their home. So by the time they go back to home, they come out and they're not vulnerable anymore. So be careful with that. Now, another thing I want to talk about the power pellet, and yeah, it has a short certain duration, so once that duration is up, and you will find out, obviously, when the ghost starts flashing and they're beginning to turn back to normal, that's your cue to basically back off. Now, another thing to keep in mind, per level, you get 4 power pellets, and these power pellets are located on 4 corners of the maze. So with that totally said, use your power pellets very wisely. Whether you want to basically use it when all the ghosts are together and you want to make it easier for you to gobble them all up in one sitting, which is something that is totally recommended in the later stages, but also recommended in the later stages, and you can use that alternatively for a means of being evasive and trying to get the ghosts to run off and back the fuck off, so you can be left alone while you collect up dots. You can use it evasively, or aggressively, that is entirely up to you, but at the end of the day, use them very wisely. Now, let's go straight forward into, well, the Ghost AI. The Ghost AI is apparently very aggressive. I know they behave in like a certain pattern, but however, they can pretty much switch up, or when the whole crew is near, they could pretty much utilize teamwork to mess you up. So, with that totally said, you need to be careful with that Ghost AI. And also, depending on your progress in the level, they may basically all of a sudden just switch on you. So, keep in mind, pay attention to each ghost from left and right, and you're good. However, if you're not really careful, you're going to run into instances where the ghosts will basically corner you, you have no escape, and they will grab you, and your death is totally inevitable. So, be careful, and yeah, if you want to avoid that certain fate, be careful. However, as you progress from one level to the next, as further as you go, the game will go faster, and not only that, the ghosts will also be more faster and more aggressive. Also, the power pellet duration will end up shortening, so something you're going to want to keep in mind about. So, yeah, However, if you're having a feeling that there's something about this game that's kind of drawing you back in, you're getting addicted to it, well, that's because this game is really addicting. Yeah, I know each level is the same damn thing, but really, to be honest with you here, the satisfaction is basically scoring high or going further. And, of course, also, what really makes it more satisfying is that you get to run in some fancy little cutscene that does happen as you go further. And also, another thing to keep in mind about, you get an extra life. Allow me to cut myself off here and rephrase stuff. You will get an extra life if you manage to reach that milestone of 10,000. The only extend that I seem to know so far, the only thing I was able to reach is basically the one at 10,000. So I don't know if there's any other extend other than the one at 10,000. I know I'm using like advanced terminologies like extend, okay, extra life, okay? That's what I meant by extend extra life. The highest I managed to score recently happened to be around the 30,000 range. So with that totally said, yeah, I'm very rusty with Pac-Man. Very rusty with Pac-Man. And, yeah, the ghosts of Pac-Man has been my nightmare, and of course you can definitely tell. Hey, it is what it is. But as soon as you get the hang of it, as soon as you manage to figure out the Ghost AI, you're basically gonna have a good time. You're gonna get drawn to this game, you're gonna get glued to this game, you're gonna keep on playing and playing and playing and playing until you get that high score. And even when you rage quit the game, something happens and you get pulled back in. There's barely background music except for the couple of jingles. Alright, there's the beginning level jingle, and then there's the cutscene jingle that happens when you run into a cutscene. But even though they're just short jingles, you become addicted to them. It's like a really satisfying, nostalgic feeling. As for basically the sounds, such as, for example, Pac-Man eating the dots, or the ghost wandering around, or the ghost flipping the fuck out after Pac-Man ate the power pellet, yeah, the sound is great. The sound is pretty much good, nothing too annoying, nothing that doesn't give you a headache, so, yeah. I really doubt that you're gonna get a headache from the sounds. Actually, as a matter of fact, the sounds are gonna be pretty much satisfying to hear, because, A, Pac-Man eat pellet, Pac-Man eat the dot, Pac-Man eat the power pellet. That's gonna send something around here. Hey, this means something. I'm ready to complete that level. It just sends that message in your head and kind of gives you that satisfying feeling, so hey, it is what it is. And also, you can't deny how challenging Pac-Man really is, especially as you go in the later levels when the game's speed starts to increase and the ghosts become aggressive and the power pellet duration begins to shorten. Overall, Pac-Man is a really great arcade legend that if you haven't played it before, go play it. But however, it is recommended that you go ahead and get a hold of the arcade version, which the arcade version is very easier for you to access. So when it comes to Pac-Man, just, if you got that Pac-Man fever, yeah, I know, I'm sorry I'm referencing that song, but anyway, but if you got that Pac-Man fever, just be sure to get started and just hear that beginning jingle, and get ready to eat the dots and avoid the ghosts, and then eat the power pellets, and then, hey, flip the tables on the ghosts, and then also don't forget to eat the fruit in the center. The very bottom center. Okay? That gives you more points, too. Forgot to mention, the fruit. So yeah, it's really great. It's fun when it comes to you testing yourself, when it comes to you wanting to overcome the ghost AI and wanting to go further. It's absolutely something you want to do. It's just whether you want to score high, whether you want to go further, whether you want to basically try to conquer that ghost AI. Whatever it is, Pac-Man is a very satisfying game that you just jump in and play, and as you clear each level, you begin to feel more satisfied because, well, you just conquered a challenge with each level. And with that totally said, and with that said, Pac-Man is a damn good arcade classic, and of course, I'm glad to see this game get re-released countless of times because, hey, Pac-Man is a real great arcade legend.
My first time playing Pac-Man was on one of those little plug-and-play consoles with those little built-in games. It was one of those little plug-and-play TV games that came in like a little weird arcade stick. I believe it was like a Namco plug-and-play. And I believe that would be my first foray. Either that or the PlayStation 1 Namco Museum when I got a PlayStation. That's something. When I played the game on arcades, I don't remember playing it on the arcades. My first foray into doing this is the plug and play, so that totally said. Also, Pac-Man has been ported a whole ton. Ported a whole ton, definitely. And yeah, it's a legendary arcade hit. And yeah, trying to go back on my memories. So here you go. Pac-Man, got that Pac-Man fever. Yeah, I know I was staying up late too much trying to figure out the ghost AI. It is what it is. But hey, Pac-Man, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.
This is a video product made by a fellow gamer man. We hope that you enjoy the content, and we also hope that you enjoyed the shenanigans. We'll be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. Heyo!